This podcast is named after White Noise, a song on Blind, and an explicit call to reject racism in all its forms.
I wrote that, and Pepper Keenan, that was one where we worked together on, all credit where credit's due, and it was basically just kind of enough's enough, you know, this white man's burden kind of bullshit and where we're at, and I don't mean it in some kind of politically correct notion of reparations and all that, but I just like a real quick discussion of where we're at and race and where white people are, and you know, I don't know, it just was kind of like, you know, these racist, you know, Nazi skinhead types, Klan, whatever, or even the more heinous racism, which is the subliminal, you know, unspoken racism, you know, the white chick clutching her purse in the elevator when the black guy gets on board, or whatever. You know, we've all talked about this. People know this, and you know, it's a cultural thing, it's an ethnic thing, it's a lot of things.
When they cracked the whip, nothing was said. They notched the bells, nothing was said. When the meeting was loose, nothing was said. When the dogs were set loose, nothing was said. When the bays were open, nothing was said. When colors run red, nothing was said. When innocents cried in the face of the guilty, no one said anything!
Another thing Blind touches on is the history of native peoples on this continent, starting with the tragic story of Painted Smiling Face.
That was kind of my How the West Was Lost lyric. And it goes back to, you know, the notion of this kind of manifest destiny with America expanding through its country and just the unwritten dirty story of how people in this country, Native Americans, got the absolute raw end of the stick, the Trail of Tears. I mean, North Carolina, the Cherokee being forced at bayonet point to walk. Can you imagine that? Walk from North Carolina to Oklahoma. Yeah. And can you imagine women having to have babies squatting on their way, you know? The Trail of Tears, you know? Of Andrew Jackson having, you know, as an institution, handing out smallpox, you know, infected blankets to Indians to kill them. And, you know, it wasn't enough we just come here and, you know, just by the act of coughing, we, you know, are bringing syphilis and disease, you know, people are annihilated. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not saying, you know, it is what it is. Life is the story of rise and fall of empires and great violence done to other people. But we live in a time where we can sit and think about this, you know. But life was tough back in the day. Hobbes said life was nasty, brutish, and short. So we live in a better time than we've ever lived in. But I think what we need to do is take stock of where we're at and just try to do better. That's all this is about. I think we can do. It's a very uplifting, hopeful thing. I think. Just try to do better, man. We can do better. We're better than this. Mama didn't raise me to be like this. You know, we're better than this. Why? You know, being pissed off and fighting and ripping each other apart and being divided. It's a lot of work. Hanging out and just trying to make shit work for the common good. That's pretty cool.